Since ancient times, crocodiles have symbolized danger. With armored skin and razor-sharp jaws, they ruled the murky waters of the swamps. But today, these fearsome creatures have become the centerpiece of one of the world's most sophisticated and profitable industries: luxury leather goods and exotic meat. So how did we go from fearing them to paying tens of thousands of dollars for a handbag made from their skin? And what about crocodile meat? Once a rare delicacy, now gaining popularity in upscale restaurants. This story begins inside highly controlled, modern farms where every step is optimized and orchestrated with precision. Crocodiles and water buffalo, two completely different animals, actually share a surprising destiny. Both are raised in tightly managed systems to produce premium products, from exotic leather and gourmet meat to high-fat milk for artisan cheese. Behind the scenes is a world of high-tech farms and biological engineering designed to deliver consistency, quality, and profit. Farming crocodiles at scale means controlling every variable. These facilities can be as large as 10 football fields, secured like a fortress, and equipped with sensors, cameras, and individual tracking codes for each animal. In countries like Thailand, South Africa, and Australia, tens of thousands of crocodiles are hatched and raised each year. It all begins with a single egg, carefully collected from nests and placed in climate-controlled incubators. Every detail matters, because in crocodiles, the sex of the offspring depends not on genetics, but on temperature. Just a few degrees too high or too low can ruin an entire batch. As the eggs near hatching, they begin to vibrate and emit tiny cries from within. That's the cue for the caretakers. The babies are coming. These newborn crocodiles are fragile despite their fierce appearance. They're placed in heated, filtered tanks with precise lighting and minimal human contact to reduce stress. From that moment on, each one is treated like a high-value investment. After passing the neonatal stage, crocodiles enter a phase of rapid growth. At this point, their diet becomes critically important. Every day, they're fed high-protein foods like chicken meat, ground fish, or specially formulated pellets. Portions are carefully adjusted based on the animal's weight and activity level to avoid both obesity and malnutrition. Even a slight excess in food can lead to a thicker fat layer beneath the skin, reducing elasticity and lowering the aesthetic value of the hide. On the other hand, underfeeding can cause stress and aggressive behavior, sometimes even cannibalism. Crocodiles with particularly aggressive temperaments are separated and raised individually to prevent injuries. Just one bite mark can slash the skin's value by up to 70%. Modern farms even employ AI-based behavior recognition systems to detect abnormal movement patterns early and intervene before problems arise. After 2 to 3 years, when the crocodiles reach their optimal size, the slaughtering process begins. This stage is highly sensitive and strictly controlled. The animals are first stunned using electric currents, a method that minimizes pain without damaging the exterior. While still unconscious, their carotid artery is cut to allow rapid blood drainage. The skinning process is the most critical step. Technicians use specialized surgical knives to carefully remove the hide starting from the belly, the most valuable part due to its softness and symmetry. Even the smallest flaw, like a scratch or tear, can reduce the skin's value by tens of thousands of dollars. Once cleaned and measured, the hides are either salted or flash frozen, depending on how far they need to travel to the tanning facility. Before a crocodile hide becomes a luxury handbag in Milan or Paris, it must undergo a series of meticulous treatments. It starts with cleaning and preservation, followed by soaking the hide in enzyme solutions or chromium salts to transform it into leather, soft, durable, and resistant to decay. Next, the hide is shaved down to a thickness of just 0.8 to 1.2 millimeters, an essential requirement in high-end fashion. Then comes the dyeing process, which may involve uniform colors or special effects like gradients, metallic finishes, or vintage looks. Every piece is manually inspected under strong lighting, and any with visible flaws are discarded. Finally, the leather is polished, waxed, or hand-oiled to achieve the perfect shine and softness. From an egg buried in sand to a $50,000 handbag, the Crocodile's journey is a striking example of the intersection between science, engineering, and aesthetics. In stark contrast to crocodiles, water buffalo are symbols of gentleness and endurance. They thrive in rural regions across Asia and Europe, where people still rely on them for draft power, milk, and meat as essential parts of daily life. Unlike dairy cows, buffalo produce less milk, but it's significantly richer in fat and protein, making it perfect for crafting the world-renowned mozzarella cheese. Modern farms use milking machines that mimic the gentle suction of a calf, ensuring both comfort and efficiency. Before milking, the buffalo are bathed, thoroughly cleaned, and even treated to automatic brushing machines, an effective way to reduce stress and boost milk yield. Once collected, the milk is immediately chilled and transported to processing plants within 24 hours to preserve its freshness. After passing quality checks, buffalo milk goes through pasteurization, then cream separation, fermentation, and curdling into a soft mass. This curd is then cut into small pieces and heated to over 80 degrees Celsius, allowing the proteins to melt and become stretchy. Cheesemakers knead and stretch the mozzarella until it reaches its signature elasticity and glossy texture, then shape it into smooth balls or braid it by hand. A perfect mozzarella ball should be waxed, slightly shiny, and release a bit of milky whey when cut. Its flavor is clean and delicate, with a light creaminess and a distinct natural dairy aroma. Alongside milk production, many farms also raise buffalo for meat, especially males. Buffalo meat is low in fat but high in protein and iron, making it an increasingly popular choice in markets like India, Brazil, and Colombia. The fattening process takes longer than for beef cattle, typically 24 to 30 months. But buffalo have excellent feed conversion and a calm temperament. This reduces stress, which helps produce a tender meat with a longer shelf life. Each buffalo is tracked from birth, including its diet, health status, and weight, to ensure full traceability and the highest quality standards. These efforts aim to elevate buffalo meat from being seen as just an alternative to being recognized as a premium choice. From crocodiles to buffalo, from wild creatures to refined products, each animal is part of a tightly integrated value chain. In this system, people are no longer just farmers. They are engineers, biologists, and managers. Today's farms aren't just big, they're smarter and more responsible than ever before. But behind all the data and machinery, there are still tough questions. How can we produce efficiently while still respecting animal welfare? And how can consumers truly understand the story behind the food they eat or the items they use? Because in the 21st century, the origin of a product isn't just a detail. It's what gives a handbag, a piece of cheese, or a cut of meat its real worth. If you found this story fascinating, subscribe to the channel and join us on more extraordinary journeys, from muddy swamps to dinner plates, from farms to fashion.